Dublin's newest and most modern hotel is the Hampton Inn & Suites. Relax and enjoy your stay while near the best in dining, golf courses, and business centers. Start your day with a free hot breakfast. Enjoy our pool, indoor fitness center, and Wi-Fi. Plan your next family reunion, meeting, training session, or social gathering at Hampton Inn & Suites, 103 Travel Center, located by Longhorn and Cracker Barrel. Hampton Inn & Suites by Hilton.
Thank you for the opportunity to be here to share a little bit about what we do at Robins Air Force Base. Over 200 of those employees come from the Dublin, Lawrence County. And so, albeit an hour away from Robins Air Force Base, we have members all throughout Middle Georgia that come and support the vital mission of providing combat power around our United States Air Force and throughout the world. And so, as they mentioned in the in my biography, it's a busy place. We have over 22,000 people there, so it's a small town that we get to run in the middle of Georgia that handles operations that affect what we do around the world as the United States Air Force. So our air logistics complex brings in aircraft from around the world and refurbishes them. So they fly thousands of hours and they don't get retired immediately. They get brought in, they get stripped down to their bones, inspected and put back together. So aircraft that you might see fly overhead on certain days, the C-5, the C-17, the F-15, the C-130, and newest to our inventory out there is the Global Hawk, an unmanned aerial vehicle. So we touch every generation of American air power that's in our United States Air Force at Robins Air Force Base. We also have the privilege of hosting the Air Force Reserve Command headquarters for our United States Air Force. So for the thousands of airmen that serve in our United States Air Force Reserves, their headquarters is based there, and also two wings, a guard and an active duty wing of our Joint STARS brothers and sisters that serve all around the world in combat operations. And so Middle Georgia is a busy place for our United States military, and Robins Air Force Base is very proud to host those missions, but we could not do that without the support of the community. So I've been here in Middle Georgia for the past 7 months, and I can tell you for everywhere I've gotten to be, to include this great city and town area, the support has been tremendous for our airmen and their families, both military and civilian. And so when I use the word airmen, a lot of people think it's just about the folks that wear the uniform. No, it has to do with 2/3 of the folks that serve at Robins Air Force Base are civilian. And they have family members that are there supporting them in their operations that they do every single day. A lot of the folks that you see that work at Robins Air Force Base, it's multi-generational. And so their parents work there, their brothers and sisters have worked there, their uncles and aunts have worked there, their grandparents have worked there, because it has a rich history dating back to 1941. And so I'm proud to represent those airmen everywhere I go in the state of Georgia and around our country. And so I want to thank you for everything that you do to provide the support, to let our airmen know that what they do is appreciated, and the support that they provide in our national defense is absolutely essential to ensure that the United States is the most powerful and respected nation on the planet. Ladies and gentlemen, have a great day.
All right, now I have the honor of introducing our special guest for this morning, Scott Brantley. Ain't no life I'd rather live than this country life I live. Lyrics that perfectly describe this pure country boy from Middle Georgia. Scott Brantley comes from a musically gifted family that is deeply rooted in its music, relationships, and resolve. The gift of such talent handed down to him simply couldn't be ignored. And he has fully embraced the charge of delivering this gift to the masses. With inspirations like George Strait, Keith Whitley, Merle Haggard, and Alan Jackson, Scott has a devout focus on taking his music career head on. Scott is also a very accomplished songwriter and has collaborated with some of Nashville's best, Jimmy Urey, Carson Chamberlain, Mike Deckel, Bernie Nelson, and Wade Kirby, to name a few. Recently signing a publishing deal in Nashville with Studio Gold, Scott's songs tell the stories of real life, love, heartache, and hardships, and he is no stranger to the big stage as he has headlined some of the major vendors in the Southeast and has shared the show with some of the country's best, such as Luke Bryan, Miranda Lambert, Craig Morgan, Jamie Johnson, Darryl Worley, Jared Neiman, Tracy Lawrence, and many others. So you can see that he fits in at the top tier of the genre. Since it's what he seemed born to do, the process is actually second nature to him. Not to mention that he fronted a band that has won several awards, including Georgia Country Awards Artist of the Year and 3-time Georgia Country Award Band of the Year. Scott is also a Texaco Country Showdown winner for the state of Georgia in 2013, Georgia Country Awards Male Artist of the Year, and 2014 Georgia Country Awards Traditional Artist of the Year. Not too bad. Let's give a hometown welcome to Mr. Scott Brantley. So we've got a jacket for you, and I realize you probably can't play with this on, so you might want to.
I'm a little cold, so it might help. I feel like I just won the Masters.
There's a new place for senior care, a place with 24-hour valet service and a boutique salon, a place with all-day arts and crafts. It even has a day spa. A place that's so much like home because, well, it is home. Home Instead Senior Care, when you need personalized care in the comfort of home.
Thank y'all so much for inviting me to come do this. I don't typically like to do this kind of stuff because I'm not a people person. I just like to play music, write songs and sing them, and play guitar. So I ain't very good at speaking, but I'm from here in Dublin and proud to call Dublin my home. Me and my wife still live here with my 2 kids. And anyway, I got started in music at a very young age. They told me I need to just talk about myself a little bit, which I ain't very comfortable doing, but that's what they wanted me to do. In just a minute, we're going to get Spencer here to do that free bird that he promised y'all to. I got started in music at a very young age, about 3 years old. I got a little drum set, and I tore it all to pieces. 4, I got another one, and I tore it all to pieces. Started playing guitar sometime around maybe 14 or 15, I guess. Learned how to play bass guitar first, and I played in a gospel quartet with my brother and 2 buddies. And I'll get this thing situated here in a minute, the lab on it. But, and we did that in a little gospel quartet called the Rising Suns. We played all over. And it was at that point in the time that I realized that I love playing music in front of people. Still kind of bashful doing it, even after all these years, but that's when I got hooked on live performance. And, after I graduated from bass, I started playing guitar a little bit. I got my first electric guitar when I graduated high school. I graduated from East Lawrence High School. And I did graduate. I'm proud of it. May be hard to believe, but I did. Anyway, got my first electric guitar, and I started listening to Vince Gill and wanted to be Vince Gill, try to learn how to play, and I still ain't quite good as him. But we started a little band called Deep Step, and we played all over and won a few little awards y'all heard him talk about. And wanted to give up music several times, but my wife wouldn't let me. And my dad, they kept on me pretty hard about it. So here I am still playing, and started writing songs. And me and my brother wrote a song, and when you start playing, it sounds so cliche. And like I say, I'm not an eloquent speaker, so I may be going back and forth here. But we wrote a couple of songs, and we started playing them out. And people caught on to it, and they started singing the words back to you. That's kind of when you realize, man, this is kind of cool, you know. People singing the words to the songs you write, and that's when I got hooked on songwriting. I mean, there's no greater feeling than have somebody come up after a show and say, man, that song hit me through a bad time in my life, or me and my wife walked down the aisle, that song, you know, whatever. And that was kind of cool thing. But So we kept riding and kept playing, won a few awards, and got a little bigger and a little bigger. And started taking trips to Nashville, figured out what we were going to try to do. Write songs, play music, and record a little CD. Sold probably 200 copies, gave away about 1,000. Take the dollar to one or two of them, so it'd be worth something, throw them out the window. But we did that for a while, and anyway, my brother decided it's time for him to retire, so he kind of quit and started staying home. I figured it was probably time for me to give it up too, but after a couple months of not playing, I got the bug, man, I want to go play some shows, and I want to play some music. It's in you, when it's in you, it's in you. Smith can tell you, he knows, he sings Free Bird in the shower every night. But anyway, I started writing songs and sending them up to Nashville, and a song I wrote called Her Tail Lights is the one that landed me my publishing deal. Got a bunch of them, but that one was kind of the one that I met a guy named Mike Moret who runs Studio Gold Nashville, and he heard it and he called me up. He said, "Man, I'd like to hear some more of your stuff." And I sent him a few more songs, and he said he offered me a publishing deal. And I went there and signed a little publishing deal, got paid to write songs, which is pretty cool. But so I'll quit talking now, and I'll play y'all the song that kind of landed me my publishing deal. A little song called Her Tail Lights. Got her daddy's green eyes and her mama's complexion. Best believe me, there ain't any question she could drive me crazy with just one touch. You talk about a looker, man, let's talk about her smile. She could light up the night for a country mile. There weren't nothing about that girl I didn't love. Then last night she packed up everything, and she told me she needed to spread her wings. I watched her as she faded into the night. Yes, I finally found something about her I don't like. That's her tail lights leaving me believing I ain't ever getting over this hopeless feeling, or the memory of her telling me goodbye. I'm gonna miss her laughter, miss her kisses. The only thing I won't be missing for sure are her tail lights. She's got those pouty little lips that get on over here and grin. Her sweet southern charm always made me give in and say I was sorry whenever we had a fight. The sound of her voice when she called my name, the smell of her hair when we danced in the rain, and the dream of forever as I held her tight. Then last night she packed up everything, and she told me she needed to spread her wings. And I just forgot the words of my own song. It happens from time to time. Yes, I finally found something about her I don't like. That's her tail lights leaving me believing I ain't ever getting over this hopeless feeling, or the memory of her telling me goodbye. I'm gonna miss her laughter, miss her kisses. The only thing I won't be missing for sure are are her tail lights. Damn those tail lights. But that song with a few more lyrics that I missed is the one that ended up landing me in my little publishing deal. Thank you.
At Morris Bank, we understand that your personal finances and banking experiences can be stressful. We also know that it doesn't have to be that way. That's why for over 60 years, we've dedicated ourselves to providing common sense banking to people just like you.
Even when I started working here, there was a definite vibe that you felt when you walked in the door, from the music that you're always going to hear playing to the hello, good to see you, welcome, how can we help you? You know, it's just a different experience when you bank here.
We work hard to combine the latest online mobile technology and top-notch customer service that allows us to do just that.
We realize our customers have choices, but what sets us apart is the personal service that we provide that they may not receive at larger institutions. We like to make you feel at home, and we like to make the process as easy as possible when you're banking with us.
But we're not focused on helping just our customers. We are equally dedicated to supporting the community we are a part of. Just this year alone, we've logged thousands of community service hours and provided significant financial support to the communities we serve.
Something that sets us apart at Morris Bank is what we give back to the communities in which we serve. And as the communities continue to grow, that brings more business and more industry into the area, and it's just this circle effect of giving back and receiving what the community can offer.
We want to make sure you have the best banking experience possible. Come see us or give us a call to find out what makes Morris Bank different, because we're banking on you.
Spence was asking me what my favorite cover was a minute ago. It's so ironic that every time we do cover songs, I usually remember those words. But when I do my own stuff, they go out the window sometimes. But anyway, so I had a little publishing deal, and we were still writing songs, and we got enough to go up and record a few demos. When you go up to Nashville, you start out kind of recording demos, and they'll take those songs and pitch them to bigger artists in hopes that a bigger artist will cut your song, record your song, and put it out as a single. And we wrote a few songs, and I got a chance to finally go into a studio and record some real demos, and we recorded a few songs, and Mike, my guy over that had my publishing deal, he said, man, this song sounds pretty good. We need to put it out the radio. Cool, who we gonna pitch it to? He said, man, no, I'm thinking you need to be the one on it. I said, all right, well, let's do that too. And I was happy just writing songs and being a songwriter. But so we turned into a record deal where we actually get to record songs and release them out to radio. So I had my first nationwide, it was actually worldwide because it went to Canada and went overseas to Europe and all. Nationwide single on a record label out in Nashville. And pretty good feeling. And this song is just kind of a novelty song. One of those, I like to write meaningful lyrics and all that kind of stuff, but this one was kind of one of those kind of fun up-tempo things that you hear more on radio. So we wrote a little song called Good Thing Going. And I think Y96 has played it quite a bit. Thank you so much if anybody here from Y96 for playing my songs. But I'll tell you a little bit about this song. The songwriting process is different for everybody, but we were in a room, me and my brother David and my buddy Trent Jeffco, we were up in Nashville. We didn't have an idea in the world to write about. And sometimes you do, sometimes you don't. And I got in the room and I said, man, we need to write one of these 2-chord songs. It's just 2 chords, the whole song, like you hear on radio. Back and forth, same 2 chords, and just, I don't know, good thing going on. And I said that, and I don't know where it came from. He said, all right, let's write that. 30 minutes later, we had this song. Ended up being my first nationwide single release. I think it got into the 50s on the Music Row charts. So, little song called Good Thing. Also ended up being the title track of my first album. She's all yogurt and granola. I'm scrambled eggs and cheese. She's got fashion figured out, and My britches got holes in the knee. If a stranger saw us walking down the street, he'd probably think we ain't got a prayer. But sometimes salt and pepper taste better together. And we're forever, 'cause love don't care. We got a good thing going. Got a real good thing going. We got a good thing going, going home. Sometimes I just look at her, sitting right by my side. I can't help but to think of how lucky I am to have her along for this ride. Yeah, some folks, they just wander around, wondering what love's all about. If there's one thing for certain, what we got is working. We're gonna keep on trucking with the windows down. We got a good thing going. Got a real good thing going. We got a good thing going, going home. Typically I'd have somebody play a guitar solo right here, but Spence didn't bring his fiddle. So it's just me. Y'all get to hear me talk. Got a good thing going. Got a real good thing going. We got a good thing going, going home. So good thing going became So we recorded a 12-song album that I'm very proud of that we released last year. I did my CD release right here in Dublin at the theater, and maybe some of y'all got to come hear it. But the next song is probably my favorite song on the album. I wrote it with another hometown guy, Mr. Derek Hampton. I don't know if y'all know him. He's dentist here in town. But we've written several songs together that I'm very proud of, and I wish I had more time to sing more before y'all. Little song called Abilene. It don't have a big story. I had an opening line. I took it to him. I said, "Man, I got this opening line that I think needs to be a song." And he said, "All right, what you got?" And I said, "They say everything's bigger in Texas. Why am I here in Georgia with the world's biggest broken heart?" He was like, "Man, that's cool. So where can we go with it?" And I was like, "I don't know. We'll take it somewhere." He said, "Well, I've always wanted to write a song with Abilene in it, and that's Texas. So see what we can come up with." So a couple hours later, we had a little song called Abilene. He made it on the CD, and it was like the morning we was sitting up there going to the studio. We're like, "Well, why are we going to do this one or not?" And I called Mike and said, "You think we'll have time to do one more song? I really want the song on the CD," and it turned out to be my favorite song on the CD, a little song called Abilene. They say everything is bigger in Texas. Endless skies with a billion stars. Why am I in Georgia so helpless with the world's biggest broken heart? She blew in with the summer wind in Austin, and I was just a singer in a band. Hazel eyes that I got lost in, I knew I'd never be the same again. Oh, Abilene is holding my dream, and more than desperate miles are in between me and Abilene. Like the Rio Grande, she ran wild and restless, freest soul I had ever seen. The day she went away, she left me breathless. Her heart belonged to someone else in Abilene. Oh, Abilene is holding my dream, and more than desperate miles are in between me and Abilene. How I wanna leave this lonesome highway life behind and strike out for that Taylor County line. And Abilene is holding my dream, someone that I desperately need. She's in Abilene. Abilene, let go